Does anyone have a question? Now, in the practice of this meditation, we deal with esoterica, we deal with intangible energy. But the purpose of this intangible energy is to turn it into something pragmatic that we can use every day of our lives. And we don't become spaced out with it, but it absolutely serves a purpose for us in the way we interact with the world. We do it with more consciousness, more openness, more love, more compassion, and use this energy in a way in which it serves a higher force in the universe. But it has to become something pragmatic, practical. Because life demands it. Every day we gotta eat, we have to work, we have to make money, we have to do all these very practical things, materialistic things that life demands of us. We have to learn to do them with gratitude, with love. And, we're here to work out karma. That's how we work out karma. By transforming the intangible into something practical. How? By opening the heart chakra and interacting with the world with love, with compassion, with kindness. Those are practical energies, love, kindness, compassion. And they're even more practical when we can share that level in ourselves with other people. Otherwise, this work could really space people out. I mean, it's very strong. It connects one with, transcendental energies, higher energies. But the purpose of it is to build a system that can enable us to work out karma, which means that we have to transform the intangible into something tangible. Shakti into energy that truly enables us to function in the world on a high level. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
I got Bob. Two people here. All right, Chris, you came first. What's your question?
Okay, thank you. You answered my question almost. I've been working hard on trying to make everything sacred and view everything sacred that I do in my day.
Don't work hard on it, just do it.
Okay.
Just open your heart and everything becomes sacred,
Yeah.
Really, you don't have to force yourself to seeing life as being sacred.
Yeah.
Just open your heart.
Yeah. I understand better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bob, next question.
Stuart, I'm coming at a better understanding of the different resistances that I'm working with, and some of these resistances make their appearance like smog, where it's this amorphous, intangible feeling that's very hard to work with in the physical world. So can you talk about that, how to work with the more intangible reasons?
Well, look, the best way I have learned to do it, Bob. Look, I have learned that if I'm not connected to a higher force of energy in the universe, nothing works in my life. Nothing. I could intellectually try to figure it out and make common sense answers but it never works. As soon as I go up there and I tap that source of energy in the universe, and it guides my life through all the pressure, all the tension, it begins to work. Now, do I understand it? No. But does it work? Or at least for me, yes. I mean, all the different, look, I've been in business, I've had a marriage, and look, I was married and divorced, and now I'm, you know, unbelievably becoming like a good friend of my ex-wife, which to me is like an extraordinary accomplishment. And she's coming here with her mother on Saturday, because her mother wants to see me. I always had a good connection with her mother. But anyway, what I'm saying is that what makes it work for me is what made Denton, Texas work for me, Bob, was not my brilliant brain figuring it out, but was classes every day that got me in touch with a higher force of energy. And it enabled me to pour that energy into the economics, into everything that went on in that meditation center. It grew, and it was that energy that was doing it. And all I had to do was constantly, continuously develop my chakra system. I brought that energy back to New York, where the difficulty of doing it was probably 10 times Denton, Texas. But I did it because I needed that test in my life. And I knew that test in my life would force me to go to a higher force, to God, higher energy in the universe, to draw that Shakti down that would give me the ability to make that situation work. Now, do I understand it? No. Have I done it? Yes. Has it worked? Yes, it worked. Does it still work in my life? Yes. And I am so grateful that I don't have to understand it, that I don't have to sit around and intellectually figure out what the hell is right or wrong in life. And I just let that energy, I open my heart and I let that energy, God, come, and become a practical force that I live with every day. It's producing this book I'm writing. I'm still in this crazy world of art. I mean, the stuff that comes is like unbelievable, and that makes it come. Now I got to start talking to it about selling some of this stuff because I'm starting to need some money. But I'm saying it just works, and how it works and why it works, I don't understand. But I do know that if you open your heart and you really develop a chakra system inside, that energy can flow through and completely guide your life. If you're supposed to be rich, you will become rich. That'll be your test. If you're supposed to be poor, you'll become poor. That'll be your test. And the incredible thing about it is that energy will give you the strength to transcend whatever takes place in your life. You can use it to continue the growth process inside yourself. So do I understand it? No, I don't. How do I understand God? Can't. It's beyond all human comprehension. Does it work to guide a human being's life? Yes. And it's what I started this whole talk about, so taking the intangible, that energy of that higher, and opening so it becomes something tangible that you can use every day in order to work out your karma. But if you ask me to explain what it's all, I don't understand it. I've never understood it. But I only know it works. And I bow to it. And I get very humble in front of that energy, thanking it for making my life into something that I never dreamed it could ever become. Trust. I trust that energy more than I trust my mind. I really do. When my mind starts getting involved, I say, Stuart, just go hit your head against the wall. And that energy comes, it's like a miracle. It works. So I can answer your question and I can. Can I tell you and define why? No. Can I tell you that it works? Yes. It's worked for me literally from the day I met Rudy. And he taught me how, began to teach me how to develop this chakra system inside myself that could make what I talk about now work. And it creates kind of wonderment. It's like awe almost. And it brings wisdom, it brings knowledge. All the things I talk about come from that energy. It's not Stuart's mind talking here. It comes from that energy. Which connects me to Rudy, to Nityananda. I mean, look, I told Chris today, last weekend, Shakur came here. He spent the weekend with Jennifer and myself, Shakur. I mean this. I said to Jennifer, is Shakur here? She said, yes, I feel his energy here. And he spent the weekend here. His way of saying, thank you for having guided me to where I am today. How these things happen? I mean, I need a conversation with God, and maybe he'll explain it. I doubt it. He'll explain it. So I don't know if this is clear, Bob. I hope so. But it's something, I'll finish this, the more you develop this chakra system inside yourself, this link between you and higher energy in the universe, the more that energy is able to guide your life. That's our responsibility, building a system inside that enables us to receive that energy and to allow that energy to work out our lives. That's our covenant with higher energy. We have to do that work. We can't expect it to just happen to us. We're not entitled. Understand, entitlement is really probably the 8th deadly sin. When it's coming to you, you don't have to do anything. You have to do one thing, develop that chakra system, work on yourself, and then it comes. Does anybody else have a question?
Thank you, sir. That was great.
You're welcome, Bob. I hope it's clear, and I really do, That's our covenant with God. We have to do the work. Rudy said, work brings more work. He's right. Brings more work. And that's not, people think work is a pain in the ass. It's not a pain in the ass. It might be a pain in the chakra, but it's not a pain in the ass. These things expand, suddenly the heart opens and all the pain goes away, Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay. If there are no more questions, thank you. God bless you. New York is going crazy because of their basketball team. So I think I'm going to go watch a basketball game.
Me too, Stuart. Thank you. Good night.
Go Knicks.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you
God
very
bless you.
much. Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.